Okay, we've got to talk about what else? The mystery drones. The new narrative is that these things are planes or helicopters or manned vehicles at some point. Let's talk about that and refute that. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, here is the press secretary of the White House trying to debunk them as manned vehicles.
We have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings.
None.
To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
Okay, can't corroborate a single one of these things, guys. Wow, they suck at corroborating things, I guess. But don't let that stop the Simply Man. What's his name? He was awesome. Brian Bergen, who left that meeting the other day because they weren't giving him anything, even though he had to drive 2 hours in the rain to get to that meeting, and then they didn't tell him anything. Well, he has strong words for the White House press secretary.
See, that guy's an idiot. That I can tell you right now, because the colonel of the state police told the members of the state legislature that one of his helicopters was hovering above a 6-foot wide drone, and he landed that helicopter because he felt unsafe for his pilots. I'm a former Apache helicopter pilot and a member of the New Jersey State Legislature, and I've seen these things in my own community. That guy, I don't even know his name, who was on here a couple minutes ago, is a fool if he's going to say that there's no issue.
Well, he's a former rear admiral in the U.S. Navy named John Kirby. So,
yeah, okay, he is an insider, and he is not the only one saying this. This is the new narrative going out. This is a former FBI counter drone chief.
Well, the thought of this many drones. One, it's open airspace, and their drones can be in there. They're not doing anything illegal. But when I ran the FBI's counter drone unit, anytime we said we were around for like the Super Bowl, the World Series, all these big events, when they heard that the FBI counter drone unit was there, they'd all start looking up in the sky. And at night, manned aircraft, it's really tough to tell how far they are. And I truly think that 90% of these sightings are manned aircraft.
90% manned aircraft. That is the new narrative going out. It's mass hysteria, guys. It's mass hysteria. Not only that, but there's a joint DHS FBI statement on reports of drones in New Jersey. We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. Historically, we have experienced cases of mistaken identity where reported drones are, in fact, manned aircraft or facilities. Yeah, so this is the narrative that they are trying to float to see if this satisfies us, I guess. It doesn't. They're trying to say that they're all manned aircraft. Nothing to see here, folks. It's just that people haven't been looking up. Now they're looking up and they're just seeing planes, guys. It's planes all the way down. But let's listen to New Jersey State Senator Doug Steinhardt, who has some information.
Involvement. Who do you think is responsible? What do you think is behind these drones?
Unfortunately, I'm only as good as the information that I read, the briefings that I've attended. We did have a long briefing yesterday at the request of myself and a handful of other legislators that the governor organized with both state and federal authorities that included the colonel of the New Jersey State Police, representatives from the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness, and the United States Department of Homeland Security. And what came out of that meeting is the same thing. They doubled down on their narrative that there's no threat, but then they can't explain why. To the contrary, what they go through is a litany of things that they claim that they don't know. They know that they can't track them. They know that they don't emit a signal. They know that they can't see them when they turn their lights out. They know that they vary in size from a foot or so in circumference to as much as 10 feet. The colonel indicated that they had sent New Jersey State Police helicopters to try to intercept them on a couple of occasions, and when they approach them, they simply go dark and disappear. They also indicated that they don't know where they come from, they don't know where they go to. All of those seem like interesting or odd sort of responses to, as Admiral Kirby said, if they're not drones, and they seem to be consistent with manned aircraft, then, whose manned aircraft are they? I said from the beginning that I think it's a balancing of answers versus action. If these are American assets, if these are American drones or American manned aircraft, then I think the federal government owes the American people explanations and answers, and we certainly didn't get those yesterday. We did.
No, we're not going to get those answers, and that is the new narrative that these are manned aircraft that they can't track, that resist our efforts to down them. We have the anti-drone technology that we have been unable to down them. If they are manned aircraft, one would assume you could chase them, you shoot at them, I suppose. If they are a foreign power, if they are a manned aircraft that is eluding us, that is not a foreign power, because they have said it's not a foreign adversarial nation doing this, then who's doing it, right? And they're all over. They're all over various states, all over the country. There's a drone-like objects. There are absolutely a lot of these drone-like objects. There are all sorts of weird-looking objects. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. They can't catch them. They don't know where they're coming from or where they're going to. At least that's what they're telling us. Do we believe that? Well, I'm sure that somebody in the control group knows a lot more about what's going on than we do. It's interesting that, if they're trying to track these things, that satellites haven't been helpful. So what's the deal with that? I would love to know. Why aren't they sharing that with us? Why aren't they sharing a lot with us? Why are they trying to brush this off as manned vehicles, which answers none of the questions? Where are they coming from? Where are they going to? Why are they doing this? If it's not an adversarial nation, as they've said, then that's somebody domestic, a shadow government. Is it the control group itself? Doing this? It doesn't make any sense, guys. It doesn't make any sense. As a BS narrative. Dick Allgaier, who is an amazing remote viewer, works with Future Forecasting Group. I believe he's one of the remote viewers that remote viewed the Cliff High prediction. Daz, if you're watching this, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But he believes that. Well, I'll let him tell it in his own words.
What's happening is we are at the brink of a new civilization. You're about to see some things that are going to astound you. And if you're what we call a normie, if you're a person that believes in the normalcy or the normal things that most people have been taught their whole life, you're about to just be amazed, because you're going to see and experience things that you never would have thought possible. And those of us who understand, we're here to help you.
Thank you, Dick. I appreciate it. I need all the help I can get. So if Dick is one of these remote viewers that remote viewed the Cliff High prediction, then he might have seen the sci-fi world that Cliff was talking about. And so he might very well have a good idea of where we're entering, what age we're entering, what era we might be entering, if we are indeed entering a new era, which we don't know yet. I'm not definitively saying we have entered that era or not, but it's certainly intriguing. But he might have actually witnessed that through his remote viewings. And Daz, I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of that too. If you're watching. Anyway, fascinating stuff, guys. One way or another, they are trying to float a false narrative about these manned craft, and that there's nothing to see here, folks. But guys, there's a lot to see here. So let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. Smash the like button, subscribe button, and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.